welcome to another edition of After the Whistle, Wednesday, February 9th, 5 days before, or 6 days before Valentine's Day. Whatever, I can't talk, but
it's all right.
Get y'all stuff together, because it's gonna be a long Monday for some folks.
Yeah, what up?
Fresh off of Estefani's little extravaganza on Sunday, we are here to bring you this week's episode.
Yeah, good time this weekend. Good time.
Yeah. It's Super Bowl week. A couple of days away. The Super Bowl's kind of weird because it's not really.
You're not hearing too much about it.
Yeah, there's no. I mean,
we're still in the pandemic,
yeah.
So I think they're not doing as many events as they usually would. You know what I mean?
But the storylines too, you're not even hearing real. I mean, the only storylines for the Super Bowl is kind of like Joe Burrow probably being the youngest, and then.
Because a lot of people didn't want Stafford in the Super Bowl.
Matthew Stafford. The thing with the Rams is there's no fan base behind them.
Nah, there really ain't. I mean, they moved to LA a couple years ago, so Chargers, Raiders. Granted, you still have Raiders fans in California. It's gonna be there for years, so it's I guess they have to develop their fan base, even though they used to be in LA years before they went to St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
So
but even then, it's LA, because LA is similar to Miami. It's
kind of bougie too.
Yeah, there's more important things to do than
sit there in an arena.
There's other,
paying overpriced prices for things that you can just buy better off on the street.
Yeah,
for cheap on the street.
Yeah. So this is gonna be an interesting one. The Rams, the second Super Bowl in 3 years or 4 years or so. But this is I feel bad for Joe Burrow because. Unlike the last two games, if he's getting sacked left and right, they're not winning this game at all. Because he's been getting tossed around like a rag doll. But other teams' mistakes have led him to be able to come back. And with this one, if he's getting harassed, especially by the 4 or 5 time defensive player of the year, and then Von Miller, it's gonna be like, ooh.
And I'm figuring he might be getting harassed because they haven't had the best playoffs so far. They haven't been that productive as a whole. They've had 5 sacks in 3 games. Compared to Cincinnati, they have 8 sacks in 3 games. So, and surprisingly, Cincinnati's getting to the quarterback.
Yeah.
So I think Donald, Miller, Lloyd, is it Lloyd or Floyd?
Floyd? Leonard Floyd?
Yeah. I feel like they're gonna be looking at the chops for Burrow.
Yeah, especially when they see how bad the Bengals' offensive line has been. I mean, because they gave up 9 sacks against the Titans. Mm-hmm. So, and this D line is a whole lot better than the Titans D line. And they was giving Brady fits. Granted, there was offensive line issues over there in Tampa Bay, so they took full advantage of that. So that's one area of this game that people are going to be looking at. Then there's the other one, which is you got Rookie of the Year Jamar Chase against probably a top 3 cornerback in the league in Jalen Ramsey. And everybody knows that's wherever he goes, wherever Chase is, Ramsey's going to go. So it's one of those things. It's and we know Joe Burrow is not scared to throw the ball to throw the ball in his direction, no matter who he's covering.
I mean, both teams have 2 legit receivers. You know what I mean? The Rams have Kupp and OBJ. The Bengals have Chase and Higgins. Mm-hmm. But one thing I'm waiting to see is which team is going to actually let up on the run. Because the Bengals are known for giving up how much are they known for giving up? They're known for giving up 127 yards, on the ground. Mm-hmm. And LA is only known for giving up 54.
Yeah.
So if LA stays on course and stays to their game plan, they're probably gonna win.
Yeah, and if LA jumps on them, early like the Chiefs jumped on them, it might be more. You might see that front 4 teeing off, putting their ears back in. The pass. Here comes the pass rush. Here comes the pass rush to try to get them out their game. Because it's only you can't always play catch up. It's kind of hard to do in the postseason consistently, but. And the Rams' running game is not too bad, actually. Their running backs, Michelle and Cam Akers coming back. He's been doing well since he came back. So it's gonna be a lot for the Bengals, but I think they might be able to handle just because they haven't like blinked under pressure with this entire postseason.
And both quarterbacks are going to give you a chance to bring one back.
Yeah, this is true.
So, they're going to allow you to stay in the game a little bit. So, and one thing one thing about the receivers for both teams, though, like Cincinnati, they don't, I want to say, distribute the ball to as many receivers as Stafford does. That's the only difference. You got six receivers that average over 10 yards a catch, and with Cincinnati, it's only 4.
Yeah, and their 2 big targets are Higgins and Chase. So, and Higgins will probably see a lot more targets just because so much attention will be towards Chase. But this might be the OBJ game to show everybody like.
I'm honestly expecting him to play well, just because like he's been waiting for this moment his whole career so far, and coincidentally, he made it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, which is dope. I just think he's gonna kill.
Yeah, I think this is one of those games. This is one of those moments because Cooper Kupp's getting all the attention, rightfully so, and then you look, the other guy, Vance Jefferson, he's not bad himself too, but this looks like this might set up for one of those games where it's going to be the OBJ breakout game. I mean, he's had some good games since he's been with the Rams, but it might be that breakout game just to show everybody that he's never lost a step or anything. So
and too, the way these teams are, it just seems like the Rams just have way more firepower. It seems like the Bengals are on the right track. Granted, they're in the Super Bowl, but they just need a couple more pieces.
Yeah. This is true. We'll have our picks at the end. Okay, some more. We're gonna bounce around with some NFL stuff. There's some news of some Deflategate news. There's some Deflategate news. What we've been saying for so long, like the NFL was just out to get the Patriots because none of the stuff that they were saying that like had any validity to it. Now we're seeing like the head of the Players Association kind of like in on the fix to get the Patriots. Like he was the one that put out that statement about 11 out of the 12 footballs being under the whatever thingamajiggy was. Basically, the whole article. I think there's a book coming out, but the whole article I read is basically saying. The NFL was just trying to get the Patriots, and they were all full of it.
So basically, my continuous lack of respect for the NFL is kind of like justified.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Like, how do you have like the guys that run the league in cahoots to try to destroy a franchise? Discredit people that I considered Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Hall of Fame coaches, Hall of Fame tight ends. Like, how do you try to discredit them just because you're angry?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, those are actions of a dweeb, loser, lame. Somebody to slap him. Like, to be honest with you, because there's no room for that in sports. Because no different than when you got people shedding points. Yeah. What would you consider that?
Yeah. Yeah, so in that article, it says that reported 11 of 12 football used by the Patriots offense during that game were underinflated by at least 2 pounds each. That information was ultimately proven to be false, and the correction was eventually made in the initial report. But in the Playmakers, the report also said that the incorrect information was from the vice president of football operations. So it was just.
And as much time as all these networks spent on this nonsense when they could have been focusing on other things, giving other sports and players coverage.
As much money that they spent, because initially Brady won the first appeal, then the NFL wanted to keep going on and on and on. I mean, any person in their right mind is like, all right, I'm not gonna keep going to court and spend all this money and stuff like that. So whatever, let's deal with it. But it was like 3 or 4 whole years afterwards that the punishment came. Like, it just didn't make no sense.
Yeah, you know what's crazy though? You have no problem wasting money on court cases and all this, but you don't want to pay your players that make your sport what it is. There's some goofies out there, man.
Or you want to spend all your money on a case like this, but you don't want to investigate teams for sexual misconduct.
Oh, you mean like the Redskins?
I mean, whatever they call themselves. Whatever they call themselves.
Oh, my bad. The Musketeers. Oh, no, you mean the Commanders. My bad.
Well, it might be a new name next week. I don't know what they call themselves, but yeah, that whole
colonizers.
Man, that whole Deflategate thing was just some nonsense. But, man. All right. The Pro Bowl. You watched the Pro Bowl?
Absolutely not.
Actually,
I watched the highlights. I watched Mac Jones do the giddy up.
The Pro Bowl is just, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of everybody's time.
Question: Did they count that run that Mac Jones had, or was it after? All right, so they called it dead, and
he just
kept running.
Yeah, he had to show his speed.
I ain't mad at him.
Yeah,
he had to celebrate.
I ain't mad at him.
That's a rhythm out there in Alabama.
I mean, he better with all the players that he was around. He should have some rhythm. But this game, man, used to be a competitive game because it was always the last game of the season. Pretty much the last game of the season. It was competitive. The last real time, and now so much money is involved with the NFL now, and all these teams there's so much money involved with these players now. Like the teams are just like, and the higher ups are just like, this is just gonna be like a glorified 7-on-7 scrimmage with pads on, and and people. I don't know why anybody would watch it. It's just a money grab. Like all the other stuff they do before the game is cool, but the actual game is just a waste of time. And you know it's bad when you got former players saying, "What is this? This isn't the Pro Bowl."
Unfortunately, they signed up to play a very violent sport, and that when you're good at that sport, you got to play one more violent game.
Yeah. I mean,
it's either play it or don't play it, because when you put that product out there, you see the guy that got the touchdown caught on him in the end zone while we fell. He almost hurt himself.
Yeah.
So why even waste your time going out there if you're gonna put that product out there?
Right.
Just have the events for the fans.
And do something different on the Sunday or something like that, because it's I get people want to watch some type of football, but not that. It's like even if I'm not sure if it was flag football, people would watch, because flag football would be a lot more entertaining than that. Do something like that, but for them to put that product out,
and I mean, people been talking about that Sean Taylor hit. Is that the last time they had a real Pro Bowl?
They might have been like, I think in that era, in that time frame, I think like the last real one might have been like 08.
Really?
Yeah, I think like the last time it was like actual competitive game was like 08. But yeah, that Sean Taylor hit, that was like the last time a human got his soul snatched. That one. So.
It's just unfortunate that football is a very violent sport. Mm-hmm. With guys who are above average sized people. So when you get hit like that, you have a chance to get injured. Every time you get hit, you have a chance to get injured. Yeah. Not like other sports where you all-star games in an event, you get dunked on, you're not getting injured, you're just getting dunked on. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just tough.
But the thing about it back then, even though it was still pretty much like a real game, those guys knew, they knew when to let up on the big hits back then.
Now,
certain players.
You just spoke on knowledge. Yeah. We come from a new generation that needs to be told what to do and how to act nowadays. I don't think they can think on the fly like that. You see me, I'm always like, yo, can we speed up, please? They're not, generations ain't that quick anymore on their feet. I'm sorry. No. I deal with them. No. Nope. And that's why the Pro Bowl has been how it's been for over 10 years now.
The past week we've been talking about hiring, the NFL hiring, and the lack of minority hiring, and we got the whole Brian Flores thing. So what did the Texans do? So the Texans, they were going to hire Josh McCown. McCown.
Is that the guy who was like a backup?
Yeah, he was a backup.
For forever?
Yeah, coaching high school football, his son's team. Not even the head coach. He was like one of the assistants, but he's just like one of those generally liked guys.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a great guy. You've been a backup your whole career, and you're getting that bread.
So the reports were they were originally going to hire him, but we see what happened last week. So they put Lovie Smith. They hired Lovie Smith. Now, good for Lovie Smith, but
was he coaching anymore?
Yeah, he was on the staff in Houston.
Okay, I'm like I ain't heard of Lovie in a minute.
Right, but. It's kind of like putting him in a horrible situation, because you still got the whole quarterback issue going on over there. the front office don't know what to do as far as selecting players or making the right choices in players. Think about it. They let DeAndre Hopkins go.
Yeah, we know.
They let J.J. Watt go.
We know.
I mean, they let Dwayne Brown go, I believe. They let all the Tyrann Mathieu they let go too. They've let all the best players go, and then you're gonna have Lovie Smith try to come and clean up the mess.
You know, like I feel like the higher ups honestly think society is that stupid. Like, we can research these things. We know a scapegoat when we see it. Come on, people. Stop thinking you're smarter than society.
Yeah.
Like society has more enough time on their hands to research all this stuff, to educate themselves. And we know a scapegoat when we see one.
Yeah.
You got Brian Flores trying to get more black coaches involved. You got one black hire out of all the coaches you've hired so far. Cut it out, NFL. This is why I don't respect these people.
Yeah, and and if you just look at this whole situation, it's not a recipe for him to succeed at all. This is one of the issues people talk about when hiring black coaches. They get put in a situation where it's like, there's a whole dumpster fire here, and you expect me to succeed with all this going on in this franchise?
You know what I kind of compare it to? I compare it to somewhat working in the school system, because like if you can handle kids based on your presence and your demeanor, they don't really won't help you. If you can't, they'll bring extra people around. They'll do stuff to cater to you because you can't handle kids. In all reality, you just shouldn't be there. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like in the NFL, they'll cater to these, colorless coaches and help them succeed. But then when you got someone like Lovie Smith, you're gonna just throw them in the dumpster fire.
Yeah. Because it doesn't look like this team. I mean, they have no quarterback. I don't know what it is with their draft picks, their draft situation. It's just a toxic place right now. Then they got the issues with the front offices and all that.
It's just all an easy way for them to say, look what happens when we give them an opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, they did it to the guy. They did it to the guy that they hired just a year ago, and they fired him, and he actually did a good job for them, despite the circumstances. So, good luck, Lovie Smith. But man, oh man, you deserve better than that.
Yeah, he definitely does.
The man went to a Super Bowl with Rex Grossman as his quarterback.
And I remember that game. I actually watched it.
Yeah. The Dolphins, them being in the news all these years, they've hired somebody, Mike McDaniels. Now, Todd,
man.
No. You see him, right?
Man.
You see. Now, if I were to tell you, that brother, you think he's fully white? No, he's black.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
He's black. So it's
Once again.
It's another situation, but for him, the situation is kind of better because not general manager. So I'm talking about player-wise, as far as the team-wise, he has like a team that's actually good. That's actually good. So he has a chance to succeed. The only issue is the GM or Stephen Ross, whatever the guy's name is, trying to pull an okie doke on everybody. He's like, see. But the person you get.
I can't stand people like that do that just to do it. It's like, how about we just stop? I feel like these guys feel like they're under so much pressure, they just have to put a brother in there. How about we just respect all candidates the same?
Right.
And we won't be losing our mind about no black coaches being involved in the NFL, because you actually respect each individual like a human being.
Yeah.
That's all we should do. But you put just random people in positions and all that and say, oh, look at this. We're changing the outlook on our team based on this half black coach. Like, no, bro.
Yeah, and for him too, it's just like every coach, that's what they work to become a head coach one day. And for him to get his head coaching job, his first head coaching job in the circumstances he gets it under, it's not.
It kind of feels like an affirmative action hire.
Oh yeah.
That's what it kind of feels like. And granted, kudos to him for getting the job,
Yeah.
but in the back of his mind, he's like, did they really feel like I deserve this job?
Right,
They just give it to me just to give it to me, to shut other people up.
Yeah, because that's kind of like, you put it right. That's pretty much kind of what it looks like, and for him, it's just like, I'm not gonna accept this job because who knows if I'm ever gonna get an opportunity to be a head coach again. But now it's just he's got to deal with the higher ups and all those, and they've shown that they don't know what they're doing up there. So
49ers or the NFL?
no, not the Dolphins.
Dolphins, my bad.
Yeah, the Dolphins.
They just don't care. Honestly, they just don't care because regardless of how their season goes, they're still going to have those positions that they're in. So once those positions get threatened, then they'll care more, they'll value the people they hire, and I'm sure things will change in the franchise.
And it wasn't like they had a bad season for them to just clean house of coaches and stuff like that. It just that's just what happens. That's what happens when you have one coach who's not going to take the nonsense from the guy that signs the check. He ain't going to take the nonsense.
As he shouldn't. You know what I mean? But the only problem with the owners is, as long as their positions are sealed, they don't care about what happens below them.
And this is facts. And this is true. And that's the story of life, kids. Sometimes, sometimes you have to deal with certain stuff, and you might have to snap one day on folks. One day. But always good to speak your mind, though.
Make sure your record's clean too.
Yeah. Just always good to speak your mind and let them pull out the facts, so they can't try to do nothing crazy to you. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to Craig to No Huddle. He's gonna give his Super Bowl picks, and then we're gonna come back and be a trade deadlines, and that's about it. And there's some other stuff.
What's up, everybody, and welcome once again to No Huddle here on After the Whistle. And it's Super Bowl time, baby. Super Bowl time. Cincinnati Bengals, Los Angeles Rams. This is going to be an exciting game. It's going to be super offensive on both sides of the ball. The advantage obviously goes to the Rams. They have the better defense. And I believe they actually have the better coach in Sean McVay. But I do believe Cincinnati has not only the better quarterback, but the better complete roster of offensive weapons. Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and Uzoma. With Burrows at the helm. The problem being Cincinnati Bengals offensive line. Will Joe Burrows have time? What adjustments will they make to get this offensive line ready for the likes of not only Von Miller, but the greatest defensive tackle in the NFL, one of the best players in the NFL, Aaron Donald. Joe Burrows is in for a night of, chaos. Chaos is the best word I can put. It's going to be utter chaos coming at Joe Burrows all night long. But can he get the ball off? They're going to have to do short plays, quick plays, trick plays, whatever they can do to get this ball out of Joe Burrow's hands quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because it's coming, and it's coming right at him. And there's only so many hits a guy can take in one game. So let's hope that they can figure that out. Now for the Rams, Matt Stafford, the gunslinger, finally on a team to get himself to where he should have been a long time ago, and that's in the bowl game. Matthew Stafford is a quarterback that has not gotten his just desserts. I've always felt bad for him. He's always been on a bad team, poorly coached, poor management, poor ownership, and lackluster weapons, especially since the exit of Megatron. He has not had anything remotely close to good talent on his team, and that's in my opinion. Nothing that was going to, especially not on the defensive side of the ball. So now that he has both defense and offense, run game is okay. Cam Akers making it back just in enough time to play in the playoffs and looking pretty good so far throughout the playoffs. Can he repeat it? Bengals' run defense has been relatively good all season long, so maybe if they shut down the run and can contain Cooper Kupp, to me, that is the answer right there. If you can contain Cooper Kupp and prevent him from getting open, now you just got to deal with Odell Beckham and Van Jefferson. Tyler Higbee, I think most of the tight ends are hurt. I don't know if Tyler Higbee is going to be 100% for the Super Bowl, but we'll see what happens there. But containing Cooper Kupp seems to be the biggest problem for the for Cincinnati. If you can contain him, it's going to be a better game for them. So who's going to win? Who is going to take home the coveted Lombardi Trophy? I'm a big Joe Burrow fan this year, but I've always liked Matt Stafford. But if I'm a betting man, I like the underdog. I like Cincinnati in this game. They surprised everybody with the upset of Kansas City. They surprised everybody with the beating of the Titans. And I believe that they can take it the next step and shock the world. Be the first second year youngest quarterback to make it to the Super Bowl and win it. I think he can pull it off. And I'm excited to watch this game. Everybody's excited to watch the game. Halftime show is going to be amazing. Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick, Mary J, Dr. Dre. It's going to be an incredible night for football, incredible night for sports, and just an incredible night in general. I hope everybody's got their spot picked out, food picked out, and ready to go. Cincinnati Bengals for the W. Back to after the whistle. Have a good night.
All right, and we are back. Okay, NBA trade deadline is tomorrow, actually. Our trade has already happened. CJ McCollum, he's going to the Pelicans. Yep. They get Josh Hart and somebody else.
Josh Hart, they'd be moving Josh Hart around. Like, yo, Josh Hart actually good.
Yeah, right, he's a solid NBA player.
He's a valuable asset to your team.
Yeah, but this is more so on Portland. It looks like it's Dame's days over there is going to be up soon.
I heard they were trying to build around Dame, though, but I'm like, he's a little, not old, but he's a little older just to be building around, unless they're trying to get, like, legit vets and pieces, like, right now.
Yeah, they'd have to go all in on a team to win right now because Plus, he's been getting injured the past couple of years a lot, so I don't know about that. But the biggest one is the biggest news right now is the Nets and the Sixers are constantly in talks about a potential trade for Simmons. They get and Harden. Simmons, they trade Simmons and Tybalt and I think some picks, and they'd get Harden and a couple other players. But the Nets want Maxey and Curry added in that.
Yeah, you gotta get Maxey or Curry. I like Maxey.
They need a shooter. Yeah, you can't. They need a shooter. If you're gonna give up Harden, but you need a shooter.
Simmons and Tybalt, who's gonna put the ball?
Right, they're defensive guys.
Tybalt's nice though. He can do both, but like he's not what they need when you're taking Harden away from your.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, from your team. So.
Yeah, I don't know. And the issue with the Nets is they're never healthy. At all. I mean, I don't know, and since these guys been together, how many times they've been on the court together. When they've been on the court together, all three of them, it's been, you ain't gonna stop them, but it's like, it's either one's there or two are there, or
yeah, I don't know.
Situation last night where none of them were there.
Nah.
So,
but my thing is, those guys still gonna win some games for their team though. Like you all get paid. You all get paid to play. Yeah. So just because your top three guys aren't in the game, you guys still gonna put up a fight and squeeze out a couple. No reason why you losing 9 in a row.
Hey man, this is what happens when you have inconsistent roster and just inconsistent way. Because when they had two of them, they were perfectly fine sitting on top of the East. But then the injuries always The injury always happens to them at possibly the worst time in the season.
I think it's a New York thing.
Also, the Wizards and Beal, this whole thing. I don't know why Bradley Beal want to stick around because. At some point, he just got to be like, all right, we did all we can do. I think for the best interest of each party, we gotta part ways because as much as he tried to be the man and lead them, it just everything around him is not suitable. Yeah, and it's just like one of those things.
He has that old school mindset, just stick with one franchise and try to make the best of it, but. When your time's up, your time's just up. Yeah,
and then especially when you're looking around the league, it's like the top teams, there's 2-3 all-stars or 2-3 killers on the team, and it's just like you're going in there, it's you and some guys that perform here and there, and it's just like you're not really gonna put up a big fight, especially when it comes down to playoff times.
And there are some teams that are trying to make championship runs that could use Bill.
Yeah.
he kind of is like the shooter.
Yeah,
Other
yeah.
than, the stars. But, like,
Yeah.
he's one of the top 10 best shooters in the league.
You can take a load off a lot of
I
teams.
say top 5. Yeah, top 5.
And then we got this whole the Lakers nonsense, this Russell Westbrook issue. Are they going to trade him? Aren't they going to trade him? And
I'll be honest, man. For him to go back home to the state where he's from, those people are sorry. They are sorry. Like, how you gonna just bash the man? He's from California, and I get it, he's not playing well, but you know what type of person he is. He's an emotional person. Like, he needs you guys to be behind him. For one, every pro needs his fans behind him.
Yeah.
For you guys to be doing that to him, that's disgusting. But we live in this social media world where all the peanut gallery people like to have all extra opinions.
Oh, yeah.
You know
And
what I
the
mean? It's
crazy
not
thing is,
necessary.
they made no adjustments for him, for his game or anything. They made no adjustments. It's kind of like they threw him in there. They just threw it in there, and it was just, all right, you guys can figure it out. But no, this is when the coaching aspect of basketball comes in. You have to make adjustments, and you got to find a way to play to his strengths. And it's just, they're not even bothering to try
And
to
one
do
thing
that.
about Westbrook, he's nice, but he's never been like the most skilled.
Yeah.
His athleticism and everything is what allowed him to be great. So somebody has to help him
Yeah.
with his skill set, like catching, shooting, just simple things like that. Just because you're playing with LeBron,
You don't have to shoot because he's gonna take up most of the paint.
yeah, and LeBron handles the ball a lot too, so you got to learn how to play off the ball.
Yeah. So trade deadline happens tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. Celtics. If y'all, since the Blazers got rid of McCollum, Dame wouldn't look bad in the Celtics jersey.
He would look great.
What? What?
What? Yeah, exactly.
Him and Bill. Either one of them.
Take them both.
Shoot, for real. Speaking of the Celtics, 6 in a row. They finally stopped playing down to the competition. They're actually playing well now. One of the biggest issues with them was playing down to competitions to team they're more talented than. But now I think they're finally. When you finally get in tune with the new coach's system and everybody's figuring things out, I think they're finally getting it. And they're getting it at the right time, too, because All-Star breaks next week. So I think these next couple weeks are very important for them.
Yeah, and they're finally playing defense. Defense, all the ratings been up in defense for them. They're number 1 in the league almost.
Yeah, that too.
And my whole theory on defense is, as long as your opponent doesn't score, it doesn't matter how much you do.
Pretty simple. Pretty simple. But you got to give it up to some of these guys. Like, I know there's some players I've been going hard against, like Grant Williams for the past 2 years. I used to come at him for shooting. Now he's top 5 in the league in three-point shooting.
Bro, I don't know why you be. I told you he was knocking the things down.
He be taking, man. He was taking some terrible shots. Josh Richardson also, give him a lot of credit coming in, the way he plays off the bench and stuff. So now I like how they're playing now. I just hope they're consistent, because sometimes when I get my hopes up with these guys, I just end up like drinking for no reason because of them. All right, we're gonna go to Athletes Corner. This was a good one. We had Cam Thornton, young Cam Thornton here. They played Monday against Saugus. The game went into overtime. It was quite the game. Talked to him. They're playing again today at like 4:45 or something.
Shout out,
like that.
cuz, man.
Yeah, man. Well, check this Athletes Corner out. This guy got to get out of here soon, so we're going to come back.
Family everywhere.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner. And today we have a special guest, Cam Thornton out of Marshall Middle School is here. What's going on, Cam?
What's up?
You guys just had a nice little game yesterday. It was one of the wild games, overtime. You guys got the W though, but that was a pretty wild game in that second half. It was happening because you guys had control the whole time, and it was like the fourth quarter. You guys couldn't buy a bucket.
I mean, yeah, we weren't taking it serious. We were just forcing up shots, just basically playing for ourselves, and then we weren't really playing anything like any type of defense on like the other side, and then they just ended up coming back.
Yeah, but you guys did come out with the win. It's always a great thing. What are some of the lessons you learned in a win like that?
We just gotta keep the foot on the pedal, don't slow down, don't try to do any of the extra stuff. Just keep scoring, just keep adding on to the league, and don't give it up.
Yeah, and for you, first half was kind of you was kind of slowly offensively. You didn't have it going, but you were doing other things, getting your team involved. And then the second half picked it up a little bit more. You got getting to the basket a lot more. Was that just a concerted effort by you just to get points to just go to the basket?
I was shooting way too many threes, and then I had to take over. When they started to come back, we wasn't scoring anything. I was like, all right, just give me the ball and just let me score, pretty much.
Yeah, and you and also little Trav, you both had a good game. So, like, seeing his game grow has been quite the thing. But can you talk about his game too? Because he did have a great game himself yesterday.
Yeah, Travis, he's good. He can always get to the hole. He has a good floater. He can shoot the 3-ball a lot. He did struggle a little bit yesterday, but he could shoot the 3.
Yeah, definitely. For you guys, what's this season been like for you guys?
It's been all right. We're undefeated pretty much. Mm-hmm. We are undefeated. We haven't lost a game.
That's a good thing. Yeah. That's a good thing. And you personally, you had a couple games where the points was up there. The 40-point games, 30.
I had 2 of them.
2 40-point games. Now, was there a 40-point duel in the Breed game or?
Nah.
No.
Me and Deshaun Rucker, we both had. He had 38. I had 36.
Oh, okay. Yeah, talk about that game because that was one of the more anticipated games that people wanted to see.
Yeah.
Talk about going against him.
I mean, we already played them before and we beat them before. Mm-hmm. So we were playing. It was pretty much the same thing as last time. We were just trying to. But we also, one of our players, a player who puts up like at least 20 points a game. Mm-hmm. He was out. He had a concussion.
Oh.
So we were struggling a lot with keeping up with them.
Yeah.
And then we were pretty much just both killing. Like nobody. We weren't even like stopping each other. Like no matter how much. Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of those just whatever you can do, I can do better.
Yeah. We were just going back and forth with it.
Yeah. How in games like that is that just one of those things when the coaches see it's happening, your teammates see it's happening, they're just give him the ball and get out the way.
Yeah, my coach is giving me I don't know about his coach. My coach is giving me the green light when he's seen it happen.
Yeah. Is that something he does? Is that something he does to let you guys do on the offensive side when he sees somebody got it going on?
Yeah, when he sees someone got it going, he just like do you.
Yeah. How's it for a player? How does that feel for a player?
I mean, if you're killing, you're killing. There's nothing else you can really do about
it. Yeah, definitely. For you personally, what's grown in your game these past couple years?
My ball handling. When I was in like 4th grade, I was playing like center, but I was always like taller.
Yeah.
And
that's the curse of being the tallest kid.
Yeah,
right?
so I was playing center. As like I moved into middle school, I started playing guard more, and now I'm kind of like a combo guard.
And that helped. That just helps you because you're able to get if you get a defensive rebound, you just push it and go.
Yeah.
Is that something you like to do?
Yeah, I'm a great downhill player. That's how I score like a bunch of my points off of like fast breaks and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's also great to see watching you guys yesterday, it seemed like the chemistry with the team is real tight, and like everybody knows their role on the team.
Yeah.
So like guys that play defense, and guys that know when they'll get an open shot. The left-hand kid, the lefty.
Yasir?
Yeah. Because he got a few open shots, and he was always ready to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that just the confidence that he got from you guys, just always getting him the ball?
I mean, he always really had it ever since the season started. Mm-hmm. He's always had the confidence if he's wide. I mean, anybody should have the confidence if they're wide open to shoot it, but.
Some people they
get
those jitters.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. And for you, I don't know if you've heard, but you're one of the players that a lot of people have been talking about on the middle school level, and some of the high school coaches like coming to see your games and stuff. How does it feel that people are looking at you and seeing how much you've improved and are interested in you being part of their program?
I mean, it feels weird because I'm kind of new to it, but I like how it feels.
Yeah. Now, are you ready to embrace that? Because every level, it's a new challenge.
I'm already starting to embrace it.
Yeah. Now, a few more games left in the season.
Yeah, we got 3 left.
3. Can you tell me those 3 games that you guys got left?
We got Swampscott tomorrow, Pickering, and then Salem.
And then there's a city tournament.
And then there's a city tournament where all the Lynn teams are going to play each other.
Where's that usually held?
I don't even know. This is the first year it's being done.
Okay. I remember when I was in middle school, they held it at English. Like this was back in like early 2000. So coming down to this stretch of the season, how are you guys gonna be able just to remain undefeated? Because Now, everybody knows you guys are undefeated. Everybody, you're gonna get the best shot out of everybody. So how you guys gonna be able just to stay under control?
We just gotta keep it pushing, to maintain ourselves, not let the undefeated title get too above us, and just keep playing the same way we're playing. If we keep playing the same way we're playing, we'll beat anyone.
Yeah, definitely. And as far as for you, you got this season. Then after this season's over, usually it's the travel team time for you.
Yeah.
How's that been going for you the past
That's been
couple
going
years?
good. I'm on the freshman team for Mass Rivals. I'm doing my thing over there.
Yeah, how's you guys how's those tournaments? How were their tournaments last year? Because of all the COVID.
Yeah, they
stuff
were.
like that.
I mean, we didn't go too far. When I was at Rivals, we didn't go too far. We stayed like kind of like local states. We didn't go like Philly or Virginia or stuff like that.
Okay. But they talked to you this year about the travels and stuff, the games, or
No, we haven't talked about anything
it's
yet.
just
Yeah. Just whenever it happens, it happens.
Okay. Now for you, what are some things that you're working on to develop your game? What are some aspects of your game that you work on during the season, and after the season that you're going to be working on?
My jump shot, because over the summer, my jump shot was I was on like a shooting stroke.
Yeah.
Changed my whole form and everything. Now it's getting better now, but it was pretty bad then. And yesterday I had a lot of my free throws, but usually I struggle with those, so I'm trying to improve on the free throws as well.
Gotcha. How's it seeing your brother up there at the prep school, Hyde? Is that what it's called? How's it seeing him up there, playing at that level? Is that just gives you more motivation to go harder, just seeing him at that level?
Yeah, it's pushing me to hopefully get where he's at.
Yeah. Who's a better shooter?
Him. That's all. Yeah, that's his main thing. He shoots.
You want the cup guy, go to the cup guy?
Yeah.
Well, you got the height on him, so.
Yeah, I'm already taller than him.
Yeah, the one-on-ones is still happening, or?
Oh, yeah, I beat him all the time.
Yeah. That you over there? He got a co-sign. Oh, man, but tomorrow, it's a home game. By the time this come out, they'll be playing. So just tomorrow, they got a home game. Pickering next Monday.
I think so. I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, Pickering next Monday. They got a couple games left, so make sure you check them out. Check him out as well. You got to go to a game, check him out. Plug in your social media if you got it.
My Instagram is No Limit Cameron. It's no limit _Cam_. All
right. Cam, man, appreciate it. Definitely enjoyed watching you play yesterday. I'm going to try to be at the game tomorrow. If not, I'll be at the one at Pickering. But continue the great work, man. You're doing some great stuff. You got a lot of eyes are on you right now. So, I mean, I like how you're handling yourself, and just continue to do the great work you're doing. You guys been watching Athletes Corner. Have a great day. That wasn't so bad, was it?
Nah.
And we are back. Thank you, Cam, for that. Good boy. 8th grade, he was one of the talked about players in middle school, and some high school coaches already looking at him, been checking out the game. So, yeah, he's got skills. He's got skills. I just liked his whole how mature he was.
And he's regular.
Yeah.
He's not a weirdo. That's dope.
Yeah.
Talk to your kids. You're developing some weirdos out there. People, talk to them, please.
Yeah, his mom was here. He was like, "Oh my gosh, he did so well." Because sometimes when the parents come, they don't know how they're gonna act.
He had to come into his own because like 6th, 7th grade, he was real quiet, like kind of shy. So now he's taller than everybody in school. So he's taller than me. So I'm sure that confidence comes as. And
it's also weird being the tallest kid in your grade, like. Not even like a little bit taller than everybody, like a whole lot taller than everybody. So.
It's so mind-boggling to me because his daddy, his uncles, none of them that tall. Like,
they just big.
Even Jamal, he ain't that tall. He just string bean. That's dope, though. That's dope.
All his family is big and stocky.
Yep.
Stocky like. Oh man! First post-game interview, Ursi. St. Mary's, they beat North Andover on Saturday. She had 19 points, so check this out.
That's it?
Yeah.
She had 30.
All right, Ursi, that was a kind of a tough one. Every time you guys built a lead, they come back. What do you say about your team's poise anytime when they cut down the lead to 4?
What do you say?
What do you say your team's poise when you guys saw them making the run? You guys really stay poised. Can you talk about that?
We just gotta we stay together. Our energy on the court and off the court was really good, so we stay together as a team. So that's why we're making. I knew they were gonna make. We knew they were gonna make runs. So our coach said they're gonna make our runs. So we gotta make our runs too. So we just stay together as a team, and that's how we got it up.
And for you got things going in that third quarter. Not a big scoring first half, but that third quarter, you really got things going. What did you see out there for you to get your offense going?
I just had to settle down a little. I knew they were gonna go in, so I had to settle down.
All right, and for this team, you guys are on a hot streak right now. Season's coming down, playoff is almost here. What do you like to see you guys improve on as you head into the home stretch of the season?
We just gotta improve more in our defense when when the games are really, really tight. We just gotta improve in our defense, but I think we should be fine.
All right, next up we have Carmelo from Lynn English. That boy he went off in the second quarter. He knocked down like 4 threes in a row. I ain't never seen him shoot like that before.
That's dope. I like Melo.
But they was telling me he finally wore the glasses. He got because he wears glasses.
You mean this whole time I be seeing him at the Y? That boy blind. Man, stop trying to be too cool. Wear them goggles,
right?
Bro.
So he wore glasses and shots was falling.
Man, don't be ashamed of these.
Check these out. All right, Carmelo, man, you got it going on in the second quarter. You got to knock down those shots. What were you seeing out there?
Man, the glasses. I just hit that first shot, grew confidence. It's amazing. Have fun.
Well, you too, on the defensive side too, you created some turnovers and stuff.
Yeah, I really love playing defense. Just the dog in me. So,
talk about the win for you guys being constant.
I really liked our energy at the beginning. We really played well. I feel like we should have turned it up at the last moment, but yeah, it is what it is. Happy to play with my teammates.
And you guys got a couple days off before you back on the court.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to work on in the next couple days of practice?
I'm hoping to just get better, learn how to shut down games, stuff like that.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We are back. Check out the middle school highlights before we get back to middle school highlights.
I'm doing my thing when I'm rolling this pole. I get it in ghosts, breaking their pounds and I'm hitting them town. Yes, like I'm the postman, busting them ducks in the morning. Hitting and flipping, I'm spinning a block, cause a stay focused. The money keep coming, I gotta keep going, I gotta keep flowing, I'm keeping it on me. These is with it, they hating a lot, I ain't feeling no fear if these out cause they busting they shells and I'm busting them back. About to blast off like a NASCAR and a rocket in the cockpit, fine nigga. Starship, better stop it, yeah, I'm on it, supersonic, no comment, nigga, I'll bust your shit. No talking, I run no lip. I'll spark it, yeah, try my wrist. He me like a switchblade to a gunfight, let a nigga try to run on it. 45 gon' squeeze off my head. Leave a dead shot for a dead up whole clip. Leave a red dot, one snipe, I'm scoping. Bullet slam hard, leave a head wide open. Okay, they try to say they made me now. People gon' hate, but I know they love the way we sound. They say I changed, nah, I just couldn't hang around. With them bad anchors, that shit just gon' weigh me down. I've been underrated, I've been overlooked, I've been everything up in the book. Staying patient, cause my time coming, now I got these motherfuckers shook. Back then, they ain't even want me, now they breaking necks for second looks. Wow. I know they ain't with my verses, barely with my hooks. They copy the swag and run with it, I just question all the rappers you with. Can't with the shit that I'm coming with. What? She love me and don't know my government. What? I'm laying low, trying to chase the bag. This shit easy cause I just have fun with it. You niggas worry about impressing money on me dressed up in some bummy shit. Okay, they try to say they made me now. People gon' hate, but I know they love the.
All right, and we are back. High school sports update. I mean, high school sports highlights. I can't even talk. High school sports highlights. Check these out.
English going to have to go the length of the court. Nice defense, and the shot goes. And English wins it.
Thank you all for coming out. Drive home safely and have a great rest.
All right, and we are back. Okay, top 10 time, NBA top 10. Ain't no NFL top 10 because that Pro Bowl was nonsense, so we ain't used none of the top 10 plays from there. So NBA top 10. All right, and we are back. Before we do the game picks, congratulations to Anthony Mateo. He committed to play baseball at Mississippi Valley State. So congratulations to him on that one. All right, top game picks, Super Bowl picks. This is it, last picks for the year. My head is telling me the Rams. Everything in my system is telling me the Rams, but yeah, I'm picking the Bengals. I'm picking the Bengals.
I like both teams. We speak highly of Burrow. I speak highly of Stafford. Man. Yeah. I'm going with the... I can't even pick a team. I'm just going to go with the Bengals too, man. Because Burrow, man, I like Burrow. That's Joe Smooth. Stop calling him Joe Cool. That's Joe Smooth.
Yeah. So all my cousins out there in Cincinnati, don't ever say I never picked the Bengals. So check that out. Bengals Super Bowl. And if they don't win, whatever.
Don't win, I'll be like, I thought the Rams going to win anyway. So, well.
All right, before we get out of here, Monday, give a early birthday shout out to my nephew. That boy turns 13 on Monday. He one of those Valentine's Day babies. So happy birthday to him. Any B-Day shout outs?
Nah, but you know, happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Oh yeah, Triple G and Canelo are signed. They're gonna fight at some point again. They made the deal. So
okay.
For you boxing fans, we are out of here. Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you check out the website lyntv.org. After the Whistle, Instagram page LCTV After the Whistle, and all the other platforms. We are out.